It's elimination day. We got the NHL playoffs, Stars versus Golden Knights, Stars clinging on to life. And then we also have Heat Celtics, where Boston is a slight favorite in Miami, but they're looking to stay alive. And I have a bunch of player props, so I'm going to be running you through a bunch of player props. And my first pick is actually in the NHL. It's on this player called Max Domi, right? So I found my pick on the sportsbook screen on OddsJam. So you just go to Sportsbook and then Sportsbook screen. And all this betting tool does is it's pretty simple, is it reads in lines from across the market. So for example, if you look at Mason Marchment, all these platforms, Parlay Play, Prize Picks, Underdog, all the books have his line at 1.5 shots on goal. You can look at any market you want. I'm just looking at player shots on goal. You look at Parlay Play, they have his line for Max. So here, there's no value. Long story short, when you're a sharp bettor, you're looking for an edge. You're looking for value. So if we look at Max Domi, what you're going to notice is Parlay Play has his line at 2, right? Look at Prize Picks. They have his line at 1.5. Look at Underdog Fantasy. They have his line at 1.5. So this is a clear discrepancy. So the way you use this sportsbook screen is you essentially hunt through the market, you look for discrepancies. And here you're going to notice Parlay Play has his line at 2. Every other data point, every sportsbook, all the other fantasy sites, Prize Picks, Underdog, they have his line at 1.5. So Parlay Play is a clear line discrepancy. Right? As a sharp bettor, we treat every sportsbook, right, as a data point on where should the line be set. All these books are at 1.5. Parlay Plays at 2. They're way too high. We want to take the under. So this is the first prop bet that I ended up going with. And again, it's from the OddsJam Sportsbook screen, right? So my play is going to be on Parlay Play. I've, kind of explained this platform before. I'll explain a little bit more about it. But it's a platform where they only have a max bet size of $60. I've already been able to run up $1,800 in profit. And I've explained this before, but as a sharp bettor, you can absolutely make money betting on parlays. So I'm not sure if you can see it here, but currently on parlays in 2023, I use a bet tracker, a verified bet tracker. It syncs with all your sportsbook accounts. It's called Pickit. I'm up $32,000, right? And that's all possible because I have a bunch of sportsbook accounts. You never know where the value is going to be. Sometimes there's a lot of profitable bets on Prize Picks. Sometimes it's Underdog Fantasy. Today it's Parlay Play. I'm up $1,800 in profit on this platform. So long story short, my recommendation to you as a sports bettor is if you want to make money, sign up for as many of these sportsbook accounts as possible. So I'll include some links in the description because an added benefit that a lot of people underlook is all of these sportsbooks, Parlay Play, Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy. When you sign up, right, if you have the right promo code, you're going to get a $100 deposit bonus. So there's a link below. You can sign up for Parlay Play. You put in 100, you're going to have $200 total in your account. It's the easiest $100 you'll ever make. Deposit 100, they match the 100. You're going to have $200 in your account, and then you're $100 richer. So you can just place a few bets on the platform, or if you're like me, I started using the platform. I initially signed up to get the deposit bonus money. Did the same thing for Underdog Fantasy, but if there's value on the sportsbook, then of course you want to keep betting on the sportsbook. So, this profit, long story short, is on a bunch of different books. You never know which book is going to have profitable bets on a given day. Sometimes it's Parlay Play, sometimes it's No House Advantage. So you can see No House Advantage right here. This is another fantasy site. They also offer a $100 sign-up bonus. So there's a link below. Sign up for No House Advantage. They're going to give you $100 for free. You're $100 richer, and you'll be able to find some pretty profitable bets on this platform. You never know which book is going to be slipping up, having value on a given day. There's, 194 sports books on OddsJam. There's more than 1,000 sports books, across the world. And you can see here, there's profitable bets on, it looks like FanDuel, Jock Market, all these different sports books. You want to have as many accounts as possible, XBet, all these different platforms. Sign up for them all. They all have pretty lucrative sign-up bonuses. So FanDuel gives you $150 for free. Once you bet $5, making money sports betting. I have some videos about these sign-up bonuses, but this is the easiest money you're ever going to make, is just taking advantage of these bonuses. But anyways, let's continue to go through Parlay Play. I kind of like to explain the strategy, right? How do these platforms work? So as an example, for Max Domi, we're getting his under 2 shots on goal. That's the line we're getting on Parlay Play. When these other platforms, Prize Picks, Underdog, which work in pretty similar ways, like Parlay Play is very similar to Prize Picks, you're going to see actually, if you look at the payouts for a 6-pick entry on Parlay Play, it's very similar to Prize Picks. If you go 6 for 6, you get a 25x payout, but Parlay Play has a bit higher of a payout. If you go 5 for 6, you get 2.5x. If you go 4 for 6, you get a 0.5x payout. Whereas on Prize Picks, if you go 5 for 6 in a 6-pick flex play and a 6-pick entry, you're only getting a 2x payout. So Parlay Play is a platform. It works very similar to Prize Picks, right? Any 6 picks you select, overs, unders, doesn't matter. Any 6 picks you select, this is the payout you're getting. And it's a slightly better payout than what you're getting on Prize Picks. That's why it's easier to find profitable bets. It's easier to make money on Parlay Play. The only disadvantage of this platform that I know about is they only have a max bet size of $60. But aside from that, they have higher payouts, than Prize Picks, as you can kind of see right here. So it's easier to find value. So long story short, if you go through the math behind their payouts, so if you take their payouts, what you can do, and what I've done, and I'll include this spreadsheet in the description. Please don't hesitate, to reach out if you have questions. I'll also include my email in the description. But is on this platform, literally I'm just breaking down their payouts. You need to win 53.2% of your picks to be profitable, right? So just think about it. If you have no advantage, if you have no edge, you're going to get 50% of these right, 50% wrong. You're like flipping a coin. Over versus under, heads versus tails, 50% to be right, 50% to be wrong if you have no advantage. Of course, if you actually have an edge, right, and you can win your player props 53.2% of the time or more, you're going to make money. So Parlay Play's business model is they assume you don't have an advantage. You picking over-unders is like you flipping a coin. You're 50-50 to be right, 50 to be wrong, 50% on your over-unders, and you're going to win less than 53.2% of your picks, and you're going to lose money. That's their business model. But as an example of why this Max Domi play is so good is all the other platforms, right? All the other sportsbooks are saying, yo, his line should be set at 1.5. We're getting that extra half of a shot on goal on value where we're getting under 2, right? So if he has exactly 2 shots on goal, we're going to push, right? Our bet is going to tie. We're not going to lose money. We're going to tie. Whereas anyone who bet his under 1.5 shots on goal is obviously going to lose if he has exactly 2 shots on goal. So you're going to see in literally 2 of the last 3 games, Max Domi has had exactly 2 shots on goal. Literally in 2 of the last 3 games, he's had exactly 2 shots on goal. So finding plays like this where you're getting that extra half shot on goal of value relative to the market is exactly how you increase the win rate of your prop bets above 53.2% and you make money. Our bet's not guaranteed to win. We're taking him under 2 shots on goal. He could have 3 shots. You can see in the last game, when the game went into overtime, an elimination game as well against the Golden Knights in game 4, he put up 4 shots. This bet isn't a lock. I'm not saying it's a lock. None of that BS. It's just a play with a mathematical edge that's winning 53.2% of the time. So another betting tool I use to find player props on Parlay Play that are winning above 53.2% of the time is called the Fantasy Optimizer. So you just go to Fantasy Optimizer. And you can look at, Parlay Play, Prize Picks, so we can pull up Prize Picks. Again, there's links below. I highly recommend sign up for as many of these platforms as possible. It actually looks like there's a really good bet on Prize Picks right now on Robert Williams, over half of an assist. But regardless, this tool is pretty simple. Parlay Play is a fixed payout platform. Any 6 picks you select, this is the payout you're getting. If you can win above 53.2% of your prop bets, you're going to make money. If you win 51% of your prop bets, losing 49%, you're going to lose money on this platform. That's what it all boils down to. So what this Fantasy Optimizer does is it quite simply shows you the player props winning above 53.2% of the time. Right? Like nothing complicated. So you're going to notice for Al Horford, his under 2.5 assists, according to OddsJam, has a 53.58% win rate. So you may be like, oh, where's this win rate coming from? Well, look at the sports books, right? Here you can see odds on all the major sports books. They all have his under heavily favored, around minus 140 odds. The same way the Celtics are favored to win tonight's game. They're around minus 140 odds. They're the favored team, according to the sports books, according to the betting market. And it's not just like there's one book that has the Celtics favored. Unless you think you're smarter than every sports book, these models that they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars into, like every sports book, right? They set lines independently. They have their own models. They're taking bets, moving around lines due to supply and demand. Unless you think you're smarter than every sports book, they have better data feeds than you. They're taking bets, moving around lines due to supply and demand. You can see line movement kind of right here. Actually, a better one to show is this OddsJam algo odds column. So this algo odds column is a weighted average of all sports books in the market. I've said this before, every book is a data point on where should the line be set. So what this OddsJam algo odds column does is it kind of shows you, okay, the average throughout the market. So you're actually going to see lines have been ripping towards the Heat. The Celtics were initially minus 140 underdogs or favorite. They were minus 140 favorites. Now they bounced up to being only minus 125 favorites. So action is clearly coming in on Miami, right? Lines are moving towards the Miami Heat. Now they're, less big of underdogs. So long story short, though, the Celtics are still favored to win this game. You can see that in the sportsbook odds. All the sportsbooks have the Celtics as the minus money team. They have the Celtics as the favored team. And it's the same thing right here for Al Horford. All of the sportsbooks have his under 2.5 assists as the heavily favored outcome. So we know he's more likely to go under as opposed to over. So on a platform, this parlay play platform, they literally don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So obviously, because Horford's under is heavily favored on all the books, you want to take his under on parlay play. So the 6 picks I ended up going with on parlay play. And again, I highly encourage you, sign up for this platform, take the $100 sign up bonus from them. Why not? Is Max Domi under 2 shots on goal, Al Horford under 2.5 assists, Butler over 34.5 points plus assists, Caleb Martin under 15 points plus assists, Kevin Love under 5 points, and Garrett Whitlock over 3.5 strikeouts. And you're going to see a lot of these plays, I didn't break down every single one. I found other ones on the fantasy screen, I apologize, that sportsbook screen we looked at initially where we found that play on Max Domi. But regardless, 6 really sharp bets. Everything based in data. Nothing complicated here. This is exactly how I make money betting on parlay play. It's exactly how I've made over $30,000 betting on parlays this year. Really that simple. Let's get after it. Let's make some money, guys.